Steve Robbins here. Welcome to the Get It Done Guys, quick and dirty tips to work less and do more. Today's topic is cleaning up quickly and easily. The tip was sent in by listener Michelle. I'm reading a book called The Value of Nothing by Raj Patel. He's discussing how ownership and purely market-based economies are great for the rich and powerful, but suck for everyone else. I don't know about you, but living in a market-based consumer economy is fun. We get to buy all kinds of neat toys to deal with the gaping void we feel inside from living lives and jobs of quiet despair. When we want friends, we buy a new game console so we can invite people over. When we want romance, we buy exciting designer clothes. After all, a potential boyfriend or girlfriend will think we're losers if we're not wearing the latest designer underwear. And quality family time is as simple as buying an HD TV so everyone has something to look at besides each other. At work, we also rely on consumerism, but we spend the company's money. We buy books on important topics like who moved the cheese, who's eating the cheese, and who cut the cheese. We buy gadgets to help be productive, and we buy stationery supplies so we have something to steal in futile acts of petty rebellion. The more we buy, the more we build clutter. When we buy a new printer because our old one ran out of toner, we just toss the old one on the floor. A robotic arm prototype? It's leaning against the filing cabinet. Last season's designer hot pants? Draped over the flip chart size post-it pad we use for notes during our offsite. And that takeout container of leftover meatloaf? It'll make a great snack tonight as we watch the latest episode of Nasal Fluids Explained. The reason clutter builds up is because it takes effort to put stuff away. First, you have to turn your head and look at the clutter. Then you need to think about what it is. Then you actually have to pick it up and walk all the way to where it goes to put it away. You'll potentially have to do an entire trip for every item. You could clean up one item at a time, but that would be like eating Oreo ice cream cake one spoonful at a time. Perfectly reasonable, but time-consuming, and ultimately not nearly as satisfying as trying to down the entire sheet cake using a canister of pressurized air and a funnel. What you should do to get rid of clutter fast is this. Start by grabbing an empty box, or if you're at home, a laundry basket. Make sure it's big enough to hold a bunch o' stuff. Now do a complete circuit of your home or office. When you see something out of place, pick it up and put it in the basket. Your half-eaten meatloaf doesn't belong on the floor, so into the basket it goes. Your robotic arm prototype? The robot should have that, not you. It goes into the basket too. When you've completed the 2 circuits of the clutter-filled room, it's time to take your basket and visit all of the other places you go during the day. When you move to a new place, take anything out of the basket that belongs there and put it away. When you get to the office fridge, in goes the meatloaf. As you pass the robot army holding area, the robotic arm goes right onto the spare part shelf. And as you put stuff away, you should also pick up any clutter from the new rooms that doesn't belong there. I'm sure you instantly see the flaw in the scheme. What if you start in your office, drop off the robotic arm in the holding area, and discover that Melvin's TPS report is sitting in the holding area? Well, it belongs in the office, but you've already been through the office. To catch these stragglers, do a second circuit. Since you picked up everything that was out of place the first time around, the second circuit, if you need one, will simply be putting away whatever's left over. Voila! Everything has now been put away. I normally frown on multitasking, but I smile super big at putting things away. I smile so big that this time I'll let you multitask. As you're making your rounds, grab a music player and headphones. Put on an audiobook about optimizing supply chain management through the value-added processes integral to your industry's ongoing paradigm shifts, and get brilliant. You'll organize your space and you'll organize your mind. Soon, you'll be so smart, you'll be promoted to your boss's job, invent a transporter, like the one on Star Trek, and become the human being single-handedly responsible for humanity taking over the galaxy. And all because you got rid of clutter fast by making 2 simple passes around your space with an empty box. This is Steve Robbins. Follow Get It Done Guy on Twitter and join my fan page at facebook.com/GetItDoneGuy. Work less, do more, and have a great life.